This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto on the Digital Sportscentre presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And we've got a pair of massive games tonight in the NHL playoffs, as the Oilers are in Vegas and Leafs and Panthers shift back to Toronto. Let's start with Game 5 in Toronto, as the series is now all tied up at 2 apiece, but the momentum has completely flipped to Florida. And getting back home is crucial for this Leaf squad, as they're 4-1 at home in the playoffs. And going back to the regular season, they've won 11 of their last 12 home games, which sounds good on paper. But despite their recent home success, Game 5s at home are a different story for this group, as they've been a house of horrors in the Auston Matthews era, going just 1-4 when hosting a Game 5, including a loss to the Panthers in Game 5 2 years ago, a game that knocked them out of the playoffs. I really don't like having to rehash and relive these things with all of you. It's just important to note, because it's history. If the Leafs are going to win Game 5 tonight, though, they need Auston Matthews to show up, as he's goalless in the series and really doesn't look like himself. Don't worry, we'll have more on Matthews' struggles later in the show, as Mark Masters will join us. Now, the Leafs were shut out in Game 4 in Florida, just the 5th time all year, regular season and post, they failed to score a goal. But usually they bounce back after being shut out, going 3-1 and averaging 3.3 goals per game. But to really illustrate how momentum has shifted in this best of 7, the Leafs are actually home underdogs for Game 5 tonight, and the series odds are even shorter for the Panthers, as they're -200 to advance to the conference final. So given all that doom and gloom, what better time to bring up the Roberto reaction meter? Listen, I'm going to the game tonight. I'm gonna bring everything I have, but I can only do so much, which makes me nervous. Over to the Oilers, we're fresh off a 3-0 shutout in Game 4. Edmonton is back in Vegas with a chance to end the series in 5 games. But doing so is, of course, easier said than done, as T-Mobile Arena is one of the hardest places to win in for a road team. Just look at this home record for Vegas this year. However, with Vegas being a house of horrors for many teams, the numbers suggest the Oilers might be okay. For one, Edmonton has a pretty impressive track record playing in Vegas over the past few seasons, and have played especially well in their 4 games in Vegas this year. But that's not the only thing working in the Oilers' favor, as historically they've had a ton of success in closeout games. In the McDavid-Draisaitl era, Edmonton has almost always got the job done when it comes to closing out a series, as they're 8-2 in closeout games going back to 2017. Hey Leafs, are you listening? Please, for the love of God. And I'm pairing that with the night's struggles in elimination games. All signs point to Edmonton getting the job done again tonight. And if history repeats itself, we'll be seeing Edmonton back in the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd straight year. I think Edmonton has been on an absolute heater, and they've got this in the bag. Now joined by our guy, Mark Masters. Great to see you, Mark.
Happy Game 5, Marissa.
Okay, Mark, it's been a struggle for Auston Matthews in this series and just the playoffs in general, to be honest. He's goalless in this series, so what can the Leafs change to get their captain going?
Well, they don't plan on changing much. The message to Auston Matthews is just stick with it. They like his overall game. Matthews admits he can do a better job bearing down and finishing on his chances, but he's happy with the chances being generated and how his line is winning a lot of their shifts. If there's one area the team as a whole can be better, it's on the power play. The Leafs 0 for 3 on Sunday, just 2 for 15 in this series. And remember, the last goal Matthews scored came on the power play in Game 6 in Ottawa.
We saw Anthony Stolarz on the ice yesterday for the first time in a while. What's the latest on him moving forward?
Well, first of all, it is great to see Anthony Stolarz back on the ice, and TSN hockey insider Darren Dreger reporting that yesterday's session wasn't even his first time back on the ice, so he's clearly making some progress. Craig Berube says he's feeling much better. There's no timeline for his return. Today, Berube was asked about the decision he'll ultimately need to make when Stolarz is healthy, assuming Joseph Woll continues to play well, and he said he's not really thinking about that right now.
Mark Masters, since you have been doing this show, you always find a quirky Mark Masters way to end your hits. So what do you got for us today?
Marissa, when it comes to the Leafs goaltending, no need to wonder about Woll. He was an oasis for the Leafs in Game 4.
Mark, you truly are one of a kind. Thanks for doing this.
Breaking news! Adam Foote has been named the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, the 22nd head coach in franchise history. Foote was an assistant coach with the Canucks since 2023 and was also the head coach of the Kelowna Rockets in the WHL. Foote had a 19-year NHL career playing with Quebec, Colorado, and Columbus.
Time now for our favorite segment on yours that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And let's meet Marge. This 101-year-old Nottingham Forest fan just returned to the city ground for the first time in 30 years.
Wow. Oh, this is absolutely magnificent. Absolutely. Wonderful. It really, really is. It was 2010 up where I used to sit.
You used to sit there, did you?
No, we just stand there
Oh,
when
stand,
down.
yeah.
Back on the old terrace.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks a little bit different today.
I know it does.
Yeah.
Get all happy on the pitch.
I know.
Would you like
too
us
excited.
to get a photo of you all with the stadium behind you?
And now I've been on the pitch. Oh my god. Oh my queen. That was beautiful. That's it for me today. We'll see you back in Round 3 New Pacific. Have a good one.